What is going on, guys? How are we all doing? Welcome back to the Vapery. Hope we're all good. So we're back today with another little hardware review, a sub-ohm tank review, and it is the Hellvape / Beyond Vape Hellbeast hybrid tank. That's the one. It is the Hellbeast hybrid tank by Hellvape and Beyond Vape, and it is an absolute little beauty. Look at that. Yes, look at that. So, what we are going to do in today's review, we are going to drop it down to the table, we're going to do a little unboxing, I'm going to show you how to change the coils, all the things that come inside the box, how the things inside the box actually work. Then we're going to come back up top, and you're going to see my beautiful little mush again. And then after that, we are then going to go through all the pros and cons and design flaws and pros in the actual device. So, without further ado, drop down to the table and show you that thing up close and personal. So, see you all in just a sec. So, welcome to the table camera section of the Hellvape / Beyond Vape Hellbeast hybrid tank. Gonna have a little look through the packaging. So on the front, you've got this big ugly creature. Looks a little bit like he listens to Motorhead, you know what I mean. Got a big TPD warning, collaboration project between Beyond Vape and Hellvape. Hellbeast hybrid tank, sub-ohm / mouth to lung. On the top there, you've got Hellbeast. On the bottom, you've got Hellbeast and a couple of Instagram, Facebook links. And you've got the colour and the TPD version of the tank. On the side, you've got Hellvape and Beyond Vape Instagram and stuff like that again. On the side, you've got all your rights reserved and all your normal little warnings, Beyond Vape on there as well. So, pop that out and you've got pretty much exactly the same. And on the back, you've got what comes inside the tank and what comes inside the box and a couple of other little bits. So, let's get into this. Look at that. That's beautiful, isn't it? So, you look at the tank in just a little second. Pop everything out. You get a instruction manual in about 1 million different languages. I do recommend that you read this. I never, but you should. And inside the box, we do get a couple of little goodies. Well, you're supposed to. You get a spare coil. And inside this box, you get a couple of O-rings, you get a adapter, a coil adapter, and a mouth-to-lung drip tip. And also, if you got the TPD version, you should have received a little box like this, which contains a Pyrex glass, which is to be replaced with this plastic glass. So, in the bottom of the tank, work our way up, we've got a collaboration between Hellvape and Beyond Vape. You've got Hellbeast on the top, normal logos, a little bit of a serial number, which I do like. I've not actually noticed that until this point. Get right in the middle of the camera, Bobo, come on. And on the bottom there, you've got, if this kind of focus in for me. Yeah. And on the bottom, you've got Hellvape and Beyond Vape. So you've got your 510 on the bottom with a massively protruding 510 pin. Little bit of peak insulator on the side there. You've got dual Cyclops airflow. And you've also got, if you twist this round, if it's going to work for me. No. Dual Cyclops airflow. You've got a little window there. You've got the Hellbeast logo just on there. You've got a nice little arrow there with a push to get into your filling port. Nice bit of rubber around there to keep everything insulated and keep all the liquid where it's supposed to go. On the bottom, you've just got a nice little sliding panel there. You've got a really nice drip tip in there. I am not normally a fan of jazzy gold drip tips, but this is really, really nice. It goes really well with the actual kit itself. It is beautiful. I've got a little bit of fluff in there from being in my pocket. Yes, lovely. Got a nice little catch cup just on there. 810 style, goon style drip tip catch cup. And it fits pretty much all of your other 810 drip tips. No problem whatsoever. Crack it open. Give it a little twist. Oh, forgot to mention there before. You've also got a mouth to lung airflow section as well. So if you twist your airflow section all the way around, it does seem to be a pain. It's quite tight, especially if you haven't got a mod to keep a grip on one end. There he is. No, it's not. That's just unscrewing everything in it. So, Inside your box, the first thing you want to do if you receive this tank, get rid of that because it is a pain in the ass. It is to, you know, TPD regulations, etc. Get your new glass out, pop it all on, and you are good to go. So, let's have a little look at this coil. One thing I will say about this, all the tolerances are brilliant. The actual airflow control is a little bit tight, only when it's not attached to a mod to give it a little bit of anchorage on the other side, but, you know, it's a thing that happens. So the actual coil, these coils are Baby Beast style. This one in particular is the Hellvape Mesh H1, comes out at 0.2 ohms. The original coil came out at 0.15, which is alright, but if it's going to come out at 0.15, say that it comes out at 0.15, not 0.2. Got a nice little bit of mesh in there, and it is actually real mesh. It's not just a little cut-out metal, and a nice little bit of cotton just to keep everything all wicking. You've got 4 big airflow ports. You've got 4 juice flow ports there, and it is just a Baby Beast coil, which you've all seen. Obviously, this says on the back as well, 30 to 90 watts, best at 60 to 80 watts. I run at about 65 to 70 watts, depending on what liquid I've got in it. Really nice coil. So, you also get, we spoke about this a little bit earlier on, you get this little fella inside here. And what this is an adapter. I've got an O-ring stuck on the bottom there. Put that on the side. This little adapter allows you to convert your sub-ohm tank, which takes Baby Beast coils, into a mouth-to-lung tank that uses nautilus coils, which is pretty nice. It's nice that you include it. All you do there is screw that on. I've got a manky little, well, I say a manky, got a nautilus coil here. All you do is screw that in there. Nice. Obviously prime up your coil, but this came straight out of the tank. Screw that all together and you do have a really nice mouth-to-lung tank that is now full of juice because I never cleaned the glass properly before I put it back in the box. Whee! Unscrew that. Unscrew that. Don't run away, glass. And we are going to put our Baby Beast coil back into it, and because this is the one that we are going to do the review with, I am briefly going to talk about the mouth-to-lung tank. So put that in there. Get myself some juice. Screw the coil in, give it a nice little prime with a bit of juice. A little bit around the edges there, a couple of drops on either side. Bit of a shameless plug to my favourite e-liquid company, Ultimate Juice. Yes! Go and check that out, Raspberry Donut, absolutely beautiful. Go and check out my review on it too, I'll put a link up on the top. Give that a nice little prime, make sure it's fully saturated. Plug your glass back on, plug your top back on. And give it a nice little screw in to tighten it all up together. You do get the mouth-to-lung adapter. This is going a little bit all off plan. Definitely going all off plan. You get your little mouth-to-lung adapter to use with the nautilus coils. Just plug that in there and you've got a nice mouth-to-lung drip tip. So, fill this up, give that a little click. It's got a nice reassuring click. I would have liked to have seen a locking feature on this, but we shall talk more about that in the FaceTime section in just a minute. So, filled it up, threw your top cap on. You know the score, leave that to sit in for 5 minutes. But look at that. Beautiful. Leave that to sit for 5 minutes and then we shall come up to the top and have a nice little vape on the little fella. So the Hellbeast by Hellvape and Beyond Vape. It is a collaboration between these two companies. It's a really nice little tank, it's a really good idea. I know there's been other companies, there's been other tanks that have been a hybrid between mouth to lung and sub-ohm tank, but this one my humble opinion, is the best one to date that works absolutely flawlessly. Absolutely flawlessly. So, as always, let's start with the build quality. The actual build quality on this device it's beautiful, man. Like, there's not an inch wrong with it, you know what I mean? It is absolutely stunning in terms of how it's actually pieced together and built. There is one pretty major con. It's not a major con, but it is a con. It's quite a big con, but I wouldn't say major, but I'll come to that in just a little minute. So the actual build quality, the tolerances, the lock, the actual top fill device, the airflow controller, I know we've seen on the table camera section I had a bit of a struggle with it, but no issues with it once it's actually on a device. It's an absolute beauty to run. But yeah, the tolerances on everything. Like when you get some new tanks, sometimes it's like an absolute pain to get off the O-ring, to get off the glass and all stuff like that. It's not loose by any means, it's just done. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, one thing that I will say, there is a bit of a con with this device. I would like to see a locking device with this, because quite a few times I've been walking around, being sat in the shop with this in my pocket, anything like that. Oh, fuck me. Been sat in my shop, this in my pocket and stuff like that. I found that the top cap has pushed open a little bit, and after a little bit, once it's been open for 10 minutes, 5-10 minutes, the seal inside the actual tank that keeps all the liquid where it's supposed to be fails, and all your liquid comes rushing out. Rushing out's a bit of an over-exaggeration, but you do lose a lot of your tank of liquid if you don't notice it quickly enough, and I never generally do. But yeah, it would have been quite easy for them to put the top cap on, push it over, and have like a little half-turn locking system, like a little bayonet locking system on it as well. That could have worked, that could have been nice. We've made it a bit more child-proof as well, to be fair. But yeah, that's the only real con that I've got with this device. Everything else is pro. Do you know what I mean? The drip tips, absolutely gorgeous that come with it. Like, it is absolutely beautiful, man. Like, I'm not normally, as a lot of you know, I'm not normally into me nice fancy blingy stuff. I like things to be simple, and I like things to work. Do you know what I mean? It's all well and good to being all bells and whistles and that, but if it performs shite, what's the point? Do you know what I mean? What is the point? The actual look on the device, look at it, it's gorgeous. It really is gorgeous, to be honest with you. It's a nice, strong tank, if you know what I mean. The one thing it's not a con in the slightest, but how big the actual top part of it seems to me pretty unnecessary. It, like, generally with a longer chimney, it affects the flavour, but the actual flavour of this is amazing anyway. Like, wouldn't go as far to say it's as good as rebuildable. It is a stock coil tank, but the flavour is crisp, and it is, in my opinion, up there with the likes of the Horizon Tech Falcon. It's up there with the UL Crown 4. It's up there with the Cleto 120 Pro. Really good coils, decent little bit of lifespan out of them. Obviously, if you use really sweet juices, your coils aren't going to last like 3 weeks, you know what I mean? Me, myself, I like really sweet juices, and I am happy if I get a week out of coils. Do you know what I mean? I'm made up if we get a week out of them. 5 days to 7 days, bosh. If you get longer out of that, even freaking better. Do you know what I mean? Generally speaking, I've went through 3 of these coils now. I get a solid 6 days out of them, and that's using really sweet juices. But yeah, the flavour itself is absolutely banging. But to get back to the original point, the top cap does seem unnecessarily big, but it doesn't affect the flavour, so it's not a con at all. It's just a bit weird. Do you know what I mean? The flavour is absolutely banging on this device. You can't argue with it whatsoever. It's really clean, it's really crisp, it's really fresh. Absolutely awesome. And the hybrid, when it's using the mouth-to-lung tanks, when it's using the mouth-to-lung coils, you can't argue with it whatsoever. It's pretty much just a Nautilus tank, but in a nicer little body. So yeah, that's pretty much everything covered. This has been the Hellvape /Beyond Vape hybrid. Oh, the dickhead. So this has been the Hellbeast tank by Hellvape /Beyond Vape. Hope you all enjoyed the video, guys, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye. I made up that was you and not some random customer. I lost me fucking train enough as it is, man.